Hello guys, this is Vysh. So October 30th and this is the 101st episode of Editorial. Already 100 episodes all in single playlist is available. If you are very serious about giving exam in 2024 or 25, I'll recommend you that you watch from episode number 1 because most of your prelims and mains questions will be solvable from our editorial, lectures and test series. Okay, from this alone 100 plus marks will definitely come. So it's up to you whether you want to start it now or not, because I think only around 200 or 195 days are left for your prelims now. This notification will come in February 14th it will come, so you don't have much time. Okay, that is close to 100 days now and you have to fill the form. So it's up to you to decide now whether you have to give this exam this year or not and give it sincerely or not. Today we have one very important article, that is the speaker of the Lok Sabha. So speaker, the news item, it's very simple one. So I will teach you the theory also, which already in your Lakshmikant and all it's there, but there is a term like speaker, deputy speaker, Protem speaker, and also the comparison between India's speaker and the UK's speaker is there. So like that, there are certain things which the UPSC people can trick you, and they've already asked questions in the past. So we'll discuss that. Okay, then there is one more article on GDP related one. It's a very negative article. Someone who is not happy with India's growing GDP and all, it's telling like it's all fake data, India is not growing. So such things are there. So we'll discuss these two articles in detail. And one more thing, today I might launch this test series fourth batch for 2024. Already 3 batches were announced. The third batch now also it's going on, and enrollment is almost closed because the timetable already started. Okay, so now again, because we did a vote, we did a poll in the YouTube a few days back. There again we see that 75% of the votes, you can see, came like which people are telling either you did not start your preparation for 2024 or you started with some timetable and you're not able to study according to that, meaning you need a revised timetable or new timetable starting from today or starting from this week. So now I thought like this week if I keep again, few people will not see the video, you will again tell like timetable already started. So I'll give you this 2-3 weeks of time, and December 3 onwards, if you start counting, right, it will be 175 days to your prelims, because prelims date is already logged May 26th 2024. So December 3 to May 26 you will get correct 175 days. And another thing is, in 175 days you cannot practically study your prelims, mains, optional, everything you cannot study. But there will be some people who may be their last attempt, or they definitely want to give 2024 even though this full time you wasted or you could not do, or maybe health issues came, anything you could not study. Okay, so now 175 days we will design a timetable for you for only the prelims. Okay, there will be some days allotted for reading your world history portions or reading ethics portion and all, but that if you don't read also, it doesn't matter, because now your ultimate aim is somehow clear the prelims. Okay, because the days are very less. After that, there is a gap of more than 100 days again to mains. So in case you study like this, you have 99.99% chance that you will clear the prelims. After that 100 days, I'll give you separate timetable to study the mains with the mains test series and all. So I am making a new change in the fourth batch, that which is not there in first batch 1, 2, 3. That here mains portions won't be there. It's a self-study timetable for starting from scratch now. Read your NCRTs, read Lakshmikant, Spectrum, then solve the test papers which I give based on those topics, meaning your prelims completely. Okay, for CSAT also some days will be there. So let your prelims you can complete, and I want you to pass the prelims. Okay, it's even now you can start. So that timetable, we will launch it today mostly, but you can hear the maybe background voices, the Diwali things are going on. So here also a lot of noises are there. So if I can record, I will try to record today itself, or tomorrow morning I will record. Okay, so that is the plan of launch, 175 days. The last one, last one was 222 days. Okay, 222 days of batch 3 of 2024, and also the 2025 575 days plan, it is still going on. Okay, and that has a 9-month installment also. So every day people are enrolling from every state of India. So that is like 9 months we'll give you, like 15th of this month, 15th of next month, like that you can pay the installments. Okay, and then get that prelims and mains overall package with a 2-year timetable. So those who are not giving 2024 attempt, for them that batch is there. So that is the thing. Again, all point of contact is the WhatsApp number 7200681675. There I give all the information related to the prelims test series, mains test series, even the current affair packages. If you want, everything is in the same contact number. You can contact me. Okay, so today's article. Okay, we'll start with today's article. So I'll show you the Hindu paper today, so that you understand like why we are discussing this speaker and what are the other articles which we are skipping today or what we are doing today. Okay, so here if you see the Israel Hamas, every day it comes. So how much ever important points are there whenever it comes, I have already discussed. Indian economy, that we'll see. This is that thing which I told. This person is telling that India's GDP is 7 point or 8.9 point. This and all is fake data. India is not growing. It's all fake. So a lot of things, negativity is shown there. So we'll see some important suggestions or whatever he is trying to tell. Here is Haryana local news. Here it is again Israel-Palestine war. Here it is this ED or CBI keeps raiding here and there in some offices and all. It's not important for your exam. Then here again the IPC CRP is going to get replaced. We have already discussed it multiple times. Now when the bill becomes an act, that time only it is worth discussing, because what is there in the bill, what is the provisions, what is the challenges, everything we already discussed multiple times. Then here is the speaker. Okay, so speaker, like, who's supposed to be neutral is sometimes acting impartial. So that related, okay, or acting partial. Okay, so that is the thing we'll see with the theory along with that. So we'll start with the theory directly so that you have a base, okay, maybe newcomers and all. The Speaker of the Lok Sabha, obviously most of the things in our constitution we have taken from the UK constitution, because we are already a colony under UK, and that time our people, obviously the main reference, even though we referred almost every constitution in the world, UK was the, like, maybe 70% you can tell we took from UK, whether it is the parliament, whether it's the cabinet, the prime minister model, everything we have taken from there. Okay, so Speaker also is part of that. So Speaker is a very important position in Lok Sabha. First thing you should know that we have a Lok Sabha at the Rajya Sabha. Okay, the TV, if you're seeing in Lok Sabha TV and all, the debates or the, when they face-to-face come and tell something, you would have seen the one with the green carpet. Okay, green carpet is the Lok Sabha, and one with the red carpet is the Rajya Sabha. Okay, that's one easy way of immediately spotting and understanding that. Now with the new parliament building which came, there again more differential features are there. Okay, one is like, I think the peacock themed, and one is like some other tiger themed or something, national animal and bird. So like that, certain, when you see one frame, you will understand where they are sitting, is in the Lok Sabha or the Rajya Sabha. So there the speaker will be there in the center, he will be sitting, one side ruling party will be there, one side opposition will be there. So the speaker is supposed to be neutral, and he is always from the ruling party. That is also you should know. So such things we will discuss in theory also. These are the people. Mavalankar, G.V. Mavalankar was the first speaker after, like, independent India, you can tell, and now Om Birla is there, the present one. So these are all for SSC exams and all. You will not need to know the name also exactly. Not only this one, before independence also we had the Legislative Assembly. That time who was the speaker? Okay, I think it was Vittal Bai or something. So that also you can go and confirm who was the first speaker of the Legislative Assembly before independence. Indian. Okay, first Indian. Then now the theory part. In constitution, where it is written, it is in Article 93, meaning obviously it is a constitutional body, and that is the reason it becomes more important to you. Lakshmikant, there is a separate chapter that you have to read, and our free lectures also will be there in our channel. So Article 93 provides both the speaker also and something called deputy speaker also. Okay, both are there. So we'll see detail about both. Okay, now the speaker is a constitutional and the ceremonial head of the house. House means Lok Sabha we are referring to. Okay, in Rajya Sabha, corresponding to this speaker, we have the chairman and deputy chairman. Okay, speaker and deputy speaker. In Lok Sabha, chairman and deputy chairman. Only one difference is there the chairman is actually the vice president of India. Okay, meaning whoever becomes the vice president automatically becomes the chairman of Rajya Sabha. Okay, but in Lok Sabha's case, it's not like that. Speaker is a separately elected person. So now, this started when? This started in 1921. The concept of speaker originated in India in 1921 after the 1919 Act which we had, the Montagu-Chelmsford reform. Okay, you know, in 1909 we had the Morley-Minto reform. Same like that, 1919 we had the Montagu-Chelmsford reform. So all these are important in your history spectrum textbook also. It's there in your Lakshmikant chapter number 1 also. These things are there. So speaker and this thing, first the naming was different. First it was called president and deputy president of the house, not speaker and deputy speaker. Later 1935, when we took more clauses from the Government of India Act, the nomenclature changed. Okay, but still till 1947 you can tell interchangeably president or speaker, like that name used to come. After 1947 strictly we told as speaker. Okay, and Lok Sabha is the highest legislative body. Obviously that is where the legislations and laws are made in the country, and that is where the day-to-day functioning somebody has to manage, and that is what the speaker's main role is, manage the Lok Sabha. Now electing the speaker is one of the first thing which will happen whenever election happens. The overall, like 2024 now general election will happen. That time the very first thing you have to do is you need a speaker there. Okay, so that there's a problem there, Protem, speaker and speaker, that I will, when you do fully you will understand. Okay, so now speaker, first thing is he should be a member of the house. It should not be somebody from outside. It should be a member of the house, meaning the member of the Lok Sabha. So qualifications in constitution, nothing is written, like this much age and this much degree or this much experience in something, nothing is written. But it's good if that person has the knowledge of our constitution, understanding of our laws in the country, who is a good speaker himself, communication wise, such things is the basic qualifications. Okay, but there's nothing written. If UPSC put a statement like that, there's nothing written. And then usually a member belonging to the ruling party is elected the speaker. And this process has come through years. It's not like Ambedkar that time told. Over the years, it became a practice, and then ruling party, you take the speaker. And then this is not done like simply like a prime minister will tell like he's the speaker. Not like that. They will have consultations informally. They will meet with the other opposition, everyone, so that one person who is like a kind of, they think it's a neutral person. He will take every judgment correctly. He will not favor the ruling party. Everything you check, and then so that later no objection come. After the discussion is over, prime minister will tell, see, he is the person. Okay, prime minister will propose the name like he is the thing, or maybe instead of prime minister, the Ministry of Parliament Affairs is there. That minister will tell he is the elected speaker. Okay, and then they will vote it and pass it. So that is the general thing. Now the speaker term will be there. Obviously, like the 5-year thing of ruling party, same like that. 5-year is for Lok Sabha, and he is eligible for re-election. Meaning again he can be made continuously. He can be made the speaker again. So Lok Sabha, you should know. Now 2024 elections are going to happen. So by that time, whenever elections happening, the current Lok Sabha will be dissolved. Okay, current Lok Sabha will be dissolved. That time everyone, minister, everything is over, but speaker don't vacate. Speaker do not immediately vacate his office. He will continue till that election gets over and the new government will come. Whether it's again Modi government or maybe Rahul Gandhi will bring a government. When the new government comes, that time he will tell, okay, you have come now I am vacating. Okay, it's not like, you understand the difference. Election is there. Before election, the Lok Sabha dissolves, everybody dispersed, but the speaker is still there. After election, the new government will come, then the speaker will tell, I am vacating. Okay, that is how the procedure is. And he is the final interpreter of the provisions of the constitution, the rules of the procedure and conduct of business of Lok Sabha. Okay, there is a rule book for Lok Sabha which you should follow. What words you should speak there, what timing you should come there, what should be the quora, meaning 1/10 of the people if doesn't come or they are not present, the full session is dispersed. So that everything, there is a rule book, which everything will not be written in the constitution, it will be written in the rule book. So all these parliament related thing, speaker is the final person who interpret, and whatever he does is like binding in nature. Everybody will listen to him. And sometimes there will be like, you would have seen like bill, ordinary bill, when it passes, Lok Sabha will tell something, Rajya Sabha will tell something, and then it will become debate. It will become a deadlock. When deadlock happens, president will tell, let's have a joint sitting. Okay, they both will come together and sit. Okay, so here summoned by the president. So that joint sitting when comes, that time also somebody should be chair. So either it can be speaker from the Lok Sabha or chairman from the Rajya Sabha, but here it is written that it should be definitely the speaker from the Lok Sabha. Okay, because Rajya Sabha's chair won't have value that time. Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha people if they are all coming together, then the speaker will be Speaker will preside over the joint sitting. This you have to know. And then any thing, as I told, the quorum, 1/10 of the people are not there, then the suspension of the house is also done by the speaker. Slowly I am telling you the functions or the powers of the Lok Sabha speaker. Okay, he is very powerful person in the Indian system of governance. So speaker, now again, suppose some voting is happening, something is happening in the house and some bill or something voting is happening, speaker cannot vote because he is a neutral person. Speaker should not vote in the first instance. But suppose the voting comes like 200:200, meaning it's equal. Now who will decide? That time he has a casting vote. Okay, which they call a casting vote. To resolve the deadlock, he can vote. The first instance he don't have. Okay, I think in the UK also it's the same thing only. So that is how it is. Now again, another thing is that like ordinary bills, we have something called the money bill. Okay, money bill are like special bills for certain things where Lok Sabha has most of the power. Only Lok Sabha can introduce it. Rajya Sabha can just give their suggestion. Whatever they tell, we don't have to listen. I mean, the ruling party don't have to listen. So like that, it is simply for namesake we are giving to Rajya Sabha and giving back, and then Lok Sabha itself will pass it. So it's a very special, powerful bill. So that also, which bill is a money bill or not, that decision is also done by the speaker. So again, it's very powerful. So these are not, many people had questioned multiple times like whether we should give this much powers to the speaker and all, but it is always favored of speaker only. The judgment has come. Then we have the 10th schedule. Okay, you know, in our constitution when we started, we had 8 schedules only. Then after that, the 9th schedule came, 10th schedule came, then the 11th and 12th schedule came. 11th and 12th is that panchayat and this thing. Okay, the local rural government and local urban government related thing which came in 1992. 10th schedule is the defection, meaning any people has to be suspended or their MP status has to be taken away. That process, defection, for many various things are there. That's a different topic. Like if he did something against the party, or if he does something which is not correct, he will be dismissed. So that defection process is this thing. Okay, so now this thing is also Speaker is the one who tell that he has to be thrown out or he has to be taken off, revoked the status of MP. So that is again a very powerful thing which you are giving. So that in multiple, as I told, people have given a petition against that Speaker should not be given such a power, but still it is still with the Speaker only. So now 1992, okay, that's only a judgment that will come. Okay, there's a famous judgment which I'll tell you. So now again more detailing. There is an Indian Parliamentary Group or IPG in which all the parliaments of the world sometimes will come for a meeting. Okay, so that doesn't mean everybody will go together. Only the speakers of every country, they will come and meet together. So that is why our Indian speaker is the ex officio chairman whenever such things happen. Okay, now he also acts as the ex officio chairman of the conference of presiding officer of legislative body, meaning within India, all the legislative bodies, some conference will be there. That time also, the ex officio chairman is the speaker. The next is the committees. Okay, so committees, if you take in both the Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha and all, there will be certain committees, or committees will have a combination of members from both the houses. So that committee of the house are also constituted by the speaker. Okay, so his thing, and he will chair also. He will chairman of the, like most of the like parliamentary committees will be there. Like if you see Business Advisory Committee, General Purpose Committee, Rules Committee, he himself will be the chairman also of those committees, and other committees he will recommend the chairman. Okay, so that is, these are all asked by UPSC in the prelims already, so please study. Okay, this Business Advisory Committee was very recently asked in prelims. The speaker is again the guardian, or you can tell the custodian of the rights and privileges of the house, its committees and members. This also for Supreme Court UPSC already asked, like who is the custodian of the this constitution, or who is the custodian of the other certain things which are like rights, fundamental rights and all. So that you should understand. They are asking for Lok Sabha means it will be speaker. It's the general country means it will be the Supreme Court. Okay, Chief Justice of India. So that it depends solely on the speaker to refer any question to the privilege of the Committee of Privileges also. So there's a Committee of Privileges about which again question came. So there also, if anything has to be referred there, that also is done by the speaker. Now usually I told you 5 years he stays, and when the new government comes he will vacate. But other than that also, if he ceases to be the member of the Lok Sabha, he resigns, and resignation to whom he will give? He will give it to the deputy speaker. Okay, they are like to and fro. Even the deputy speaker, when they want to resign, they will give to the speaker. This also UPSC can sometimes ask like a trick question. Speaker gives the resignation to president, deputy speaker gives it to speaker. But actually both of them, there's no president involved. These two give resignation to each other. Okay, then resolution also, in case the house don't like him, then they can send a 14-day advance notice first, and tell like a resolution. Okay, we are going to have a voting, and then if it is like a majority tells he is not required, his speaker post is gone. So that resolution, when it happens also, it's not like he will be sitting outside, he will be still sitting there only. Anyway, he don't have any voting power and all. So he's sitting there, but he cannot be the chair that time. Somebody else will sit. Okay, he will be, because that I am telling, once the resolution passed till the final decision is pending, he will be sitting there without presiding. Okay, so these are very basic things. All this in your Lakshmikant you will get it, but I am just helping you revise so that next time when a speaker article comes in editorial, I don't have to tell you the background again. Okay, now this is about speaker. Now deputy speaker is also elected from amongst its members only, and the date of the election, right, like when should the date of the deputy speaker election happen, the date is also decided by the speaker. So this also you can write under the functions of speaker if a UPSC question comes in mains. So that and you should know speaker's date, who decides. Speaker's date is decided by the president. Okay, speaker election date, meaning after the new government comes in, then we'll elect a speaker. Okay, so that is done by the president. But the deputy speaker is like after speaker comes into chair, then he will tell, okay, let's now decide a deputy speaker. And until the 10th Lok Sabha, both the speaker and deputy speaker, okay, now the current is I think 17th Lok Sabha, the Modi's one. So 10th Lok Sabha time, both the speaker and deputy speaker were both from the ruling party. But now it changed. Now from the 11th Lok Sabha, speaker comes from the ruling party or alliance, okay, NDA, which is presently now, and the post of deputy speaker comes from the opposition party. Okay, so deputy speaker, one thing you should know, it is not subordinate to speaker. It is just like a substitute. when he is absent, the main one person is absent or some problem is there, that time deputy speaker takes up the speaker post and has all the same powers. Everything is same. Okay, so that you should know that it is not subordinate. I think in election commission also it is like that. Chief election commissioner and 2 election commissioners are there. It's also kind of almost having the same power only. Okay, a little bit salary difference may be there. Like the speaker, the deputy speaker remains in office during the lifetime of Lok Sabha, and he may vacate by the same thing. Ceases to be member of Lok Sabha, resigns by writing to speaker, resolution passed 14 days advance. Everything is same. Okay. Only thing that one is from ruling party, one is from opposition party, and that is by practice. It is not written anywhere. They have just come with a consensus. Okay. Now, the deputy speaker's duties I told you, same thing, but when speaker's office is vacant or when he is absent or something like that. So he assumes all the power and even joint sitting also, meaning whatever the speaker does, but he is absent that day. That time it will be taken care by the deputy speaker. Okay, casting vote in case of tie, special privilege, and another thing. He is appointed as the member of the parliamentary committee. He is also become chairman, meaning I told you there are a lot of parliamentary committees, right? And speaker is the chairman of most of the thing. Now suppose speaker is there, okay, and that day itself this deputy speaker is made a member of any of the committee, just a member. But when he is going to any committee means he automatically becomes the chair of that committee. Okay, so that is one extra point, maybe a little tricky type, which you will confuse in the exam hall. So that also I have put. Now this Protem speaker. Okay, so Protem speaker is, I told you that concept, he does not resign. When everybody is resigning, when the term is over, Lok Sabha is dissolved, he is still there in chair waiting for the new government to come. So when the speaker of the Lok Sabha vacates his office, meaning after the first people comes in, meaning suppose new Rahul Gandhi government comes, he comes in, the speaker is sitting there, he will tell, okay, now my time is over, I am going. That time, till the new speaker is elected by the process, you need temporarily someone to do, because the ruling party has come in. No, you have to immediately do the oath ceremony and all these things of prime minister and cabinet and all. So somebody has to be there. So that reason, the president appoints in the Lok Sabha, someone, any random member, mostly it will be the senior most member as the speaker pro tem. He is for a very limited time span only. Okay, so he himself, president himself will appoint and give the oath also, and then he will sit on the newly elected Lok Sabha as a speaker with all the powers of the speaker, and the main responsibility is to give the oath to the new members who has come in, and then enable the house to elect a new speaker. Till you elect a new speaker, somebody should be there sitting there. No, that role he is doing, giving the oath and the election of the new speaker, which again the president will decide the date of the speaker. And now once he elected, new speaker has come, like Om Birla has come now, that time whoever was there, that time they will tell, okay, my time over, I am going. So there is a speaker which is going out, then there is a pro tem speaker, then a new speaker. So 3 speakers change in like quick succession of time. Okay, so that you should know. So that is the complete theory part I want to give you. Just now 5 points of differences between the Indian speaker in the Lok Sabha and the Britain speakers in their House of Commons, which they call instead of Lok Sabha. Okay, so here speaker in Britain is totally politically impartial. That is because once he becomes a speaker, right, he will mandatorily resign from the political party. But now if you see Om Birla, he will be still a member of BJP. He don't have any mandate. There is, I think, written there, if you wish, you can resign. But till date, not even a single Indian speaker has resigned from their party just because they became a speaker. They are still continuing their party thing. Okay, so but in a chairman kind of thing, it will be different in Rajya Sabha. Why? Because there the vice president is the one. Vice president means obviously you are party neutral. Okay, Venkaiah Naidu and all you would have remembered. So like that is a different thing in Rajya Sabha. We are talking only about Lok Sabha. Okay, so now in Britain, the principle of once a speaker, always a speaker is there. Meaning here I told you one person will become speaker, then he is still a Lok Sabha member or he is a politician also in general. So he has to after 5 years again stand for election, again win the election, meaning he has to compete with many people, and again if he win only he'll become back an MP again, and then among the MPs of the Lok Sabha you may get a chance to become speaker again. But Britain it is different. Britain you become a speaker, now whichever constituency you were standing, there opposite to you nobody will stand, meaning you should re-elect and come. You can again become the speaker without any competition. Okay, there once a speaker, it's always a speaker until he himself tell I don't want to continue as a speaker. Okay, so it's a politically neutral, lifetime kind of job. Okay, so he is virtually continuing office, repeatedly electing him as long as he wishes to continue in the office. This is not there in India. Okay, India he has to again stand election and come. So speakers do not campaign on any political issue, but simply stand as the speaker. He will not tell I am part of this party or something. He will tell I am standing for speaker position. Okay, so people will obviously, there will be no competition also. Nobody will stand against him. So that is the convention there. So now, man of the house, this is again same thing. So speakers in India, have only a casting vote. We discussed that only in terms of tie. UK can vote in the first instance also. But to show neutrality, he neither participates in discussion nor votes. Meaning, as per UK rulebook or whatever they have, he can actually vote in the first instance also. But to remain neutral, he don't do. And he will vote when it becomes a tie. So in practice, only casting vote is enjoyed. But you should know the difference. In India, it's mandatory that you cannot vote in the first instance. There, if you want, you can vote, but nobody votes. They only do it like a casting vote later. And remaining thing, it's a unparliamentary behavior, that everything, whatever wrong thing is there, asking them to vacate, suspend, that and all is common in both the houses, okay, in UK and this thing, defection kind of thing. This much is the theory. Now, newspaper article, just 2-3 slides. The Chief Justice is telling that, okay, he's feeling sad that Maharashtra Assembly will have speaker, right? He is not disqualifying the people who were supposed to be disqualified. Okay, maybe because it's from his own party. So he is not using his thing, or he is misusing his power, so that the order of the court has to be followed. I am concerned with the dignity of our court. If someone feels that this was a stricture passed by a local court against a government servant, they are mistaken. Okay, so you should, when something is told by the court also that that person has to be disqualified and the power is with the speaker, and speaker does not do it, that is a wrong thing. So that is the news article, and the speaker has to act in an impartial manner, and office of the speaker, I told you, it first emerged in India in 1921, but history is in medieval Britain. In the medieval times, during the king, queen times of Britain, that time itself this concept was there. But that time it's not like for the house and all. It's actually speaker means one who speaks for the king. Okay, because king will not go and talk in everything. So there will be someone who will speak for the king. Okay, until the 17th century, the speaker was seen as the agent of the crown. Okay. And in the middle of the 19th century, the speaker has been considered to be impartial chairman of the House of Commons. By that time, House of Commons or our Lok Sabha. And then 1921, this is the 17th century, king and queen time. 19th century, House of the Common. And in 1921, in India, it started. Okay. So he is the custodian of the rights and privileges of the House committee members, we have already seen. And then under the Indian Constitution, the Lok Sabha and the assemblies in the state, both of them elect one speaker and a deputy speaker. This also we saw. And two important functions is, one is certifying a money bill and one is the defection by the 10th schedule. This both, everything theory, because we discussed now news article, see, very easy it is. Suppose you took the Hindu together by yourself and tried to read it first time, you will not know any of this history. That's why I taught you the theory, so that even the new students can understand everything. Okay. Now speakers and the House misuse these provisions often more, and not against the opposition members. Okay. The leader of the Congress party, they are giving examples. Leader of the Congress party in the Lok Sabha, this some person, was swiftly suspended. Okay, because he told something against the Prime Minister, so something wrong was done. Immediately he was suspended. Later it was revoked, but it was done because it's not ruling party anyway. So easily they can do it. And same like that, BJP, some person told something communal thing, he is not suspended. So that means there is some partiality going on, which is the point in this article. In Maharashtra also they are telling, okay, where BJP is not there, they suspended 12 BJP MLAs for a year. Okay, which was later said by Supreme Court. That's all different, but still the power using, if you are your own party, you are not disqualifying them. If it's other party, you are immediately disqualifying them. So that that partiality is not correct. And even there is a defection. Now the bills also, many bills I told you has to go to committees. Okay, but 60% of the bills were in 2004 to 14, Manmohan Singh's time, went into the committee, 60% of the bills. But now only 25% of the bills are going to the committee, meaning it is very fast getting passed. Okay, so that means what? Again, the speaker is showing some partiality. You should put it for committee discussion. You should put it like whether it's a money bill or not. Many things are there, but you are just allowing the bills to get passed one after the other. So there again, that means the both important things, money bill and the defection, both places partialities are happening. So again, more the things change, more they stay the same, meaning how much ever you bring in revolvement process, rules, strict condition, penalty, whatever you do, still nothing is changing. People are finding ingenious new methods to, or loopholes to get out of that and tell like, okay, see, we followed that, we followed this, like that. They are somehow escaping from this also. So nobody can do anything because that much power is given to the speaker. Okay. And in this Quixote Holohan judgment, I think a mains question came on this 92. Somebody filed a petition telling why should you give this much power to the speaker. But again, the favor went to speaker only. It should stay with the speaker. The minority judges, they're telling. Minority judges means meaning when voting happens, maybe 3 judges to 2 judges or something. The voting happened 3-2 or how much ever, 4-1, whatever. That minority judges, they were actually in the view that this much power should not be given to speaker in terms of defection at least. Okay, money bill and all fine, but defection you should not give this much. It violates the democratic principles that one person decides you go out of the house. So again, one more case. some Meg Chandra Singh versus Honorable Speaker Manipur 2020. They recommended that Parliament must amend the constitution and the Speaker's power you should give to some other tribunal, independent tribunal, which will be headed by judges, court people. They should decide whether that person should be MLA or MP or whatever. Okay. So again, speakers, this Maharashtra's behavior now, the Maharashtra speaker's behavior and this court judgments, all these things are indicating that speaker may be biased. Okay. So in Britain, we already have this once a speaker, always a speaker. He is politically neutral. He resigns from the party. Everything he does right. So that, why can't we adopt? That is what the author is suggesting. You should do that. And this only will reflect the impartiality while presiding the house. Okay. So in India, the 10th schedule is there. This is again all theory, okay, because we discussed theory. I don't think it's required. So this will instill the confidence in the office of the speaker. It is time that the speakers take a vow to display the latter in the discharge function. Meaning, speaker is also what? Maybe a BJP person only, right? So when he became MP, he would have taken an oath. But after that, speaker related some special oath he is not taking. He should take like, I will stay impartial, I will resign from the party. Like that, some new oath also should come. This is the overall suggestion of this particular author or article. Okay, so now the second article I told you, it's more negative, criticizing the government, criticizing. So there's nothing much takeaway, but some charts from economic survey and all I thought it'll be interesting to show you like how much is contributing to whatever. But we are cheering about this 7% growth, 8% growth, GDP between 6 and 7. So this is all there, but he's telling it's a flawed metric. We should not look because it doesn't show us economic welfare. It doesn't show us environmental damage. It doesn't show like our judiciary is broken. Our cities are unlivable. Our education poor, health scarcity. I mean, everything is a damage here. So our GDP doesn't matter. He's telling that way. Okay. So it is not equivalent to purchasing power. Just because you have 7% GDP doesn't mean people can purchase much. And he's also telling people are actually not purchasing much also. He's telling there's a weak mass demand. Okay, people are not buying anything. Simply like suppose there is a car showroom will make suppose 1 lakh car. Okay, immediately we are telling okay, our production is 1 lakh car into, if that car's cost is 1 crore whatever, and multiply that much is our GDP. So this much is the domestic production. Okay, so we tell okay this much, but are these cars being bought by the people, or it is simply staying there and then they are changing that and bringing the new model? Is it actually people are actually buying or not? Based on that purchasing power, you should have the GDP calculation. That is what the this person's suggestion is. And he's fully negative. He's telling before COVID, after COVID, everything. We are simply showing data. All the countries are failing. Then how come India alone has 8%, 9% growth? So something fraud you are doing, something false you are doing. Okay, it's completely critical. Completely, he even told GST as the botched, meaning completely very poor way of rollout of GST. Demonetization is bad. So when you tell this bad for everything, you can understand that his intention is not to just repair the system. His intention is to defame the government also. So whatever, we have to just see as an aspirant or a teacher, we have to see what is written so that in case any points are there, we can take it out. I will show you some charts also. So Indian statistics, National Statistical Office, they bring out these data and all. And according to him, he is telling our everything is less. Okay, only 1.9% expenditure we are doing, people. But still you are telling we have 8%, 9% growth and all. So this income expenditure, when it differs significantly, it is of like flawed data. It cannot be believed. Okay, and this full thing I am not reading out. If you want, you can read it. It's again like mid 2004, then 2007. This 3%, 4%, but the number data he has listed, which everything is again telling that we have not grown. We have no consumption. We have no demand in the market. Okay, so investors also, now he's telling that angle that investors or rich people who can afford luxury goods and all, maybe they are buying. You can see iPhone store when it opened, it's like long queue to buy the iPhone, meaning people are there who can afford these and all, but there are other people who cannot buy bare necessities, whether it is rice or whether it is any like basic education for children, that they are not able to afford. Okay, our government also is now giving like unlimited this free grain, free rice and these things and all. In COVID time they announced it, and now they have extended it till 2024 election. So that is actually a good thing because 80% of the population gets free ration, but he is telling it's all again a election gimmick and all these things. Again, anything is there, he's criticizing. There's no positive even in one line in this article. Okay, even our exports are falling. Okay, for the first time actually we have exported many things from the northeast and from Kashmir and all. Very first time exports have started, but not one good line is there. Everything is telling we are completely on debt. Our export is failing. Our rupee is like overvalued. Our dollar, that is actually a fact. Rupee is actually going down. Okay, compared to dollar. That is one valid point I will feel. Remaining everything is telling like, see here we did corporate tax cut we did for boosting business. We did PLI scheme, okay, production linked incentive, meaning as and when you produce more, you'll get more and more incentive on the government, and then startup supports were there. That also is telling it is not good. Then he's telling shiny flyovers and highway, meaning in a troll way he's telling, okay, good flyover highway you are doing. This and all will not revive investment. This will not increase anything for the country. Actually, it is increasing. Our fastest growth of road and railway is happening. Vande Bharat, even now it's announced 500 more Vande Bharat will come in next 1 year. Okay, if you have traveled in Vande Bharat, you will know. Try traveling once, you will know how fast it is and how comfortable it is compared to our normal train. Okay, main thing is cleanliness and the orderly timing, everything is correct only. I have travelled and that's why I'm telling. But still, there are much more things for India to do. But this article is a very critical article, and I don't think UPSC will ever ask you such a negative article about the government. Okay, but for your interest, for your debate sake and all, you get information here. Okay, it's saying domestic elite people, meaning the rich people within India, and the international media is simply creating a narrative of we have high growth, but actually narrative and reality having a clash, and then tragedy will come if you simply keep telling such numbers. Okay. So in economic survey, last year's economic survey, there are some charts where like how much investment is done by the public sector, how much is done by the private sector. So you can see private sector is this one, yellow one. It's like always high. Okay, this range, but public sector is only this range. So that is one thing you have to just know. Private sector, the investment is high compared to public sector investment in our country. Then there is a divergence between the credit to private sector and the investment which they make. Meaning the loans which you are giving from SBI and all these things to the private companies and private people, whether it's Tata or Reliance or everyone, you're giving loans, right? You're giving loans, that is very high, this range. But the investment which they then do in our country after getting the loan is only this range. So that is also a divergent thing. So that is not good for the thing, and it is declining also, the this thing, investment, but the credit is increasing. Okay. Then again, the last one thing is the household thing which I told. In household, the assets of the people, net financial asset, if you see, it is reducing from 8.1 to 5.1. The asset which people have is they buy and all, is reducing, but their liabilities are increasing from 3.9. Your liability, how much loan you took, how much debt the people are, how much interest payment you have, the people's liabilities are increasing. So that is also a very negative thing. That in the graph form also you can see the private investment is not linked to the household consumption, meaning the private investment, if it is supposed like this, the household consumption is going down. Okay, so that is also not having a proper link. Either it should be in the same line or it should be in the same angle, either upwards or downwards. It is totally in a different direction. Okay, the same thing, this and all you can simply pause and see. Economic survey, whenever it comes, we do videos. That time again, the new economic survey, February 1 it will come. That time more data you will get. These charts are all important because in an exam, if you have little bit data, little bit diagrams, you get a more mark compared to your other person who is sitting next to you. Okay, that's a true fact only. Everyone who does more creative answers, more different angles, more government data usage, you will get more marks compared to you writing coaching people's notes. Okay, so that's why I stress upon reading the newspapers every single day, and we are trying to do it for free in the most simplistic fashion, I think. So if you want to study in my model, in Vysh's model, please try to tell more in comment section, like what you feel, what more is needed, because lectures we have done already, plenty of lectures we have done. All these textbook you can see, R.S. Sharma, Satish Chandra, almost half is there, Spectrum is there, Geography is there, the economics, there is a Hindi playlist completely, Lakshmikant also English and Hindi is there, art and culture, environment, ethics, almost everything we have on one playlist. Just explore the channel, go to playlist and see, you will understand how much is there. Okay, and Instagram also we post all the new updates, new launches and all, so follow me there also. Now we'll wind up this video. Thank you and have a nice day.